Hello Final Fantasy fans, and welcome back to another Sage Suggestion video. Today we're going to be talking about Refia and the exciting mono water list that we're going to preview at the end. Now, some of you might be going, why on earth are we featuring this card? Came out in Opus 2, did not see any play. I don't think I saw any play in Opus 3 as well, but you know what? It's time for this card to shine. So what does she do? It's a 2-drop 5,000 power, which is fine for the stats it is, but reduces the job cost of standard units by 1. So as you might expect, we're going to be playing a standard units deck to really get the value out of this card. However, that's about all that she's going to be doing, and it doesn't make a lot of sense until we start talking about some of the other cards. One of the biggest pickups for this card to go with is the 3-drop Viking. The new one that just came out in Opus 4 is a 2,000 power, but what it allows you to do is it enters the field, you draw a card. When it leaves the field, you draw a card. It's also important to note here that if you play like a legendary Valfor, if you play the new Leviathan that bounces a card of your own and one of your opponents, you will still draw the card off Viking. It's not like the other ones where you have to have it go to the break zone to draw the card. What I really like about this as well is that turning this from a 3-drop into a 2-drop is huge. The advantage you're going to get is the card is going to immediately replace itself. You're going to get to draw a card. It's going to be valued at 2 crystal points no matter what you do. And then when it leaves, it's actually going to give you a +2 at the end for that as well. So, +1 card, +2 in crystal points, however you want to, evaluate it. And yes, it is a little underwhelming, but it's still a forward that you're going to be able to attack with that you just have to rely on some other things to maybe clear the board with, or, getting in a point of damage with this is still getting in a point of damage. Of course, we're going to be playing other things like Warrior Light to help beef it up a little bit, but this isn't really going to be, one of your main attackers in the deck. It's going to be more focused on helping you find those other pieces that you're looking for. Now, talking about one of our cards that is going to be one of the main attackers in the deck and has been since Opus 3 is Knight. This card, as you might know, it gets just absurdly large in some of the other standard unit decks, and here making it a 1-drop is just even better. Of course, we're going to be getting this back with other cards. We have ways to search it out of our deck, but Knight, if you want to look for what key pieces are going to be the more aggressive forwards that you can be playing, Knight is absolutely taking that spotlight. In terms of, how do we get them back? What are some other ways we can, recurse some of these units? Maybe we want to draw new cards. We also got Gladiator. So really this, deck spotlight and Sage Suggestion combination that we're doing for this week could have featured Gladiator in this case. It could have featured some of the other cards you'll see like Brain. There's a lot of new cards for this deck that really help bring it all together. But Gladiator, it's great. We get to play it early. It's a 2-drop in water. It only costs 1, and then you get a 3-cost or less job standard unit from your break zone into play. So it's really important to note that it is on your own turn, so you can't, surprise block your opponent with anything, but, it's the mini devout effect that we've kind of seen some other cards get. We've seen monsters get a similar effect, but for standard units, this lets us draw cards. It lets us get back our knights because, they do... If we play them too early, they're more likely to die, but late game, if you have all 3 on the board, you can just attack every turn and out-pressure your opponent. You combine that with Warrior Light, they're doing a lot of damage. So I really like Gladiator and what it opens up for the deck overall. And then, of course, we've talked about some of these low-cost forwards in the form of Knight. We have the other Vikings, which you'll see in the list, but Lena is absolutely crucial in this as well. We need to understand that Knight, again, is going to be our primary attacker, but being able to just get Viking back, not the 3-drop, but the 2-drop one in this case, can help us draw a card, keep digging, the Arise, the special effect. Being able to bring back Warrior of Light from your break zone is going to be very, very important. So please hold on to your Lenas, hold on to those special effects, and really get the most out of the card. So with all that, what does that lead us to? And it's going to be this list. You'll notice that there's some other cards like Geomancer, the other Viking that we've talked about. There's a lot of cards that we want to be reducing the overall cost of to get value out of them. Interesting to note here is, of course, new Leviathan. We can bounce some stuff. Fanfrit's just great because we're playing these low-cost cards. Maybe your opponent's playing a slower deck. They're playing like a very high-costed Earth deck. If you have the new, or I should say any of the Vikings out, plus a Fanfrit, you're going to be feeling pretty good about that. You're going to get to draw a card, remove their big threat, and be able to play multiple cards after that, most likely. It's really important to note here that the backup configuration is going to be kind of what you want it to do. So this is just an example. Again, we would strongly recommend maxing out on Gladiator and Waka. Those are kind of the 2 obvious picks. But after that, it's really going to be up to you and seeing how you want to brew it and what you want to do with it. So let us know what you guys think about Refia and kind of standard units and their place in the meta going forward. Is mono water the right way to go? Are we going to see the rise of Lena units again, where we saw this wind water that played, I think I played Arc, Maria, and Waka. I think I played all three if I remember correctly. You know, to have these 11, 12 insanely powerful forwards in play, or is it, you know, going to be some other combination that we're not aware of yet? Maybe water lightning standard units or something like that might pop up. But I love how open the meta can be for Final Fantasy and what this allows, and it's great to see, you know, a card back in Opus 2 that maybe a lot of people overlooked finally getting a little bit more love and, you know, doing well in some events. You know, this isn't the exact list, but there was a mono water standard units list that did make top, I think it was top 8 of a 44-man event, I believe was the final number. So there's something there. I think it's worth playing with, and we really hope you guys did enjoy it. So of course, if you like this video, make sure to drop us a like. That really helps us out a lot. Comment down below what your favorite standard units version is, be it water, mono, you know, wind, water, mono, water, lightning, whatever it might be. And of course, subscribe for future Final Fantasy trading card game content. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the 6 Stages Gaming crew, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Have a good one. This video made possible thanks to our Patreon supporters. Thank you to our honorary sages.